What a gift it is on the campus of North Rock Creek on a beautiful day for slow pitch softball. One of my favorites to call as the action is fast, and these girls know what they're doing. Back-to-back state champions, slow pitch, 5A champions. North Rock Creek Lady Cougars. They have 5 seniors on the floor tonight. Hannah Earlywine, Olivia Van Antwerp, Lydia Van Antwerp, Rainey Bass, and Haley Hacker. As I believe we're going to have Rainey Bass on the mound as this, the final regular season game for the 24-6 North Rock Creek Cougars. It's senior night. Following this stream, immediately following the game, we will start a new stream for the senior night festivities. You do want to look for that, as these girls have put together quite an amazing run. As this year, really the only trouble that they've had, 5 of their 6 losses has come against top 10 6A foes, as they have faced the toughest schedule in the state, and they lost their first game to a 5A foe just last week in Perkins Tryon, as they have rolled through their schedule this year. We welcome to town Cleveland. We know a little, not too much, just a little bit about Cleveland, as the Tigers come in unranked in 5A, and they're looking to pull up one major upset. Starting on the mound, as I said, is Rainey Bass. She will be tossing to Lydia Van Antwerp. Over at first base is Hannah Earlywine. Sophie Morris at second base, shortstop Sarah Campbell, and third base Sarah Campbell, and shortstop Haley Hacker. Out in left field will be Olivia Van Antwerp. In center will be Molly Campbell. In right is Lainey Joyner, and the rover is Morgan Campbell, and you'll see her at different places throughout the outfield. We want to thank you for being with us. As we said, this is one of our favorite things to do, as this team certainly is a lot of fun to watch. Riley is going to step in for Cleveland, the first batter of the game, as Riley plays third base for the Cleveland crew. Sophie Morris with the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
In the batter's box for Cleveland, number 10, Gabby Smith.
It's going to bring in shortstop Gabby Smith. And that's going to be fouled down the line, just out of play, as Olivia lets it bounce out there. It's brought into the dugout. Good crowd as people continue to roll in. A little bit deep. 1-1. You can hear the wind bellowing, as it's kind of windy out here, blowing kind of from left to right, more from third base to center field, it seems. 2-2. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Campbell. And another nice play for the Wolves. That's Molly Campbell with the put out. We have Bailey coming in, the pitcher for Cleveland. Outside, ball 1. And right to Rainey Bass, 1-2-3 inning, and the North Rock Creek Cougars are coming up as we look forward to watching their bats swing. You're watching Lady Cougar Softball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved ones start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have. We are back as Morgan Campbell going to start things off, as the power in these bats is evident. Last game, over 7 home runs as they demolished their foe, Okata. And that's the number 4 team in 5A. They have really flown through the top 4 teams off the top of my head, with it being North Rock Creek number 1 in the state, as they should be, and they've defeated number 2 Tecumseh, number 3 Washington, and number 4 Okataha in pretty good fashion. As with the air, Campbell's going to move up to second base, and that's going to bring up Hannah Earlywine as the single is stretched to second. And in fact, it was more an air, as the shot was to the shortstop. Hannah lets them both go, as anybody who knows North Rock Creek knows the power behind these bats, and none more powerful than Hannah Earlywine. Nice base hit to the wall. And the first run of the game is going to score as Hannah hustles to second base. Straight up double by Hannah Earlywine. Nicely done by the senior on senior night. And Morgan comes around as Sarah steps in. Molly now in the hole for the triplets. We've got triplets and twins starting for the North Rock Creek Cougars. That's going to go deep into the hole and over the fence. Sarah Campbell. First home run of the day for the Lady Cougars, and it's one of those lazy home runs, if you can imagine that, as it just seemed to gain wings and continue over the fence. Sarah Campbell drills it. Earlywine comes around to score, and it's a quick 3-0 for the North Rock Creek Lady Cougars. It's going to bring up Haley Hacker, senior shortstop and pitcher for the Lady Cougars. Oh yeah, and she can hit home runs as well, as she's the cleanup. This whole lineup hits home runs. That's going to left field for an out. And that brings up Molly Campbell.
Number 30, Molly Campbell.
Molly steps in. She's in center field today, where she and her sister Morgan hang out on both sides, and she hits it a 1 bounce to the wall, stand-up double. for Molly Campbell.
In the batter's box, there is Rock Creek, number 21, Rainy Bass.
Rainy Bass, senior pitcher. As Rainy can play any position in the infield. And she takes ball one. That's going to be just over the shortstop's head. And Campbell's going to hold up as Bass goes to second. 1 out, 2 on, and Sophie Morris steps in. Runners in scoring position for Sophie. The second baseman with a good defensive play. Rainey's going to get a runner for her. As stepping in is Aubrey Shivelhook. And that's going to be ball one.
Way to watch it.
3-0. Looking to load the bases. I wouldn't do that. But it is senior night. What I mean by that is senior Olivia Van Antwerp comes up no better than a grand slam on senior night. And she's going to have an RBI single for Sophie Morris. Well done, Sophie. And that brings up Olivia. Olivia, of course, out in left field today. Coming home was Molly Campbell on that Sophie Morris single. It's going to put Rainey over at third. She's holding and going on the throw. And Shivelhook running for Bass. Brings it in for the 5th run of the inning. RBI goes to Olivia as Sophie moves up to second. Another base hit as Lydia going to move up on the overthrow. Lydia at second after her single, and that brings up right fielder Lainey Joyner.
O'Daniel.
It looks like a change in the line. We'll see. No, I think O'Daniel came in to run for Lydia. She's on second. It's good to see some of the newbies get in there. It's tough to crack a lineup on a 2-time returning state championship team, as the Lady Cougars have dominated 5A slow pitch softball in the last few years. And Laney takes a base on the walk.
Number 15, Morgan Campbell.
And that's going to bring up Morgan Campbell with the bases loaded. I'm laughing just because this is awesome, and let's see what she does with it. She gets a base hit. And everybody's going to move up one to bring up Hannah Earlywine. Oh, yes.
Earlywine.
Single for Morgan as Cleveland in a tough way. Right now we have O'Daniel running for Van Antwerp on third, Lainey Joyner on second, and Morgan Campbell on first. 6 runs across so far, and it might be 10 in a moment. It's just fun to watch. She was going for it. She got underneath it, and third out of the inning. But the Lady Cougars get 6. At the end of 1, North Rock Creek 6, Cleveland 0. We'll be back.
Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing, built to last. A&S, Roofing and Contracting.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Deli.
We are back at North Rock Creek, and Sophie Morris with quick play as the Cougars 4 up, 4 down so far for pitcher Rainey Bass. That was Camden. Now Abigail comes in, as I have first names for Cleveland, not last names. Left fielder Camden, retired. And let's see what they do here. Rainey Bass covers first and gets there. Well done. Abigail put down. And Kinley coming up.
Now batting number 5, Kinley Steiger.
Rainey Bass set to pitch on the mound. Just a little bit deep as Van Antwerp tosses back to her. Early wine on first, Morris second. And that's fouled away. Sarah Campbell on third and Haley Hacker at short. Molly and Morgan Campbell in center fields. Lydia Van Antwerp out and left. Olivia out and left. And Lainey Joyner in right. Sophie Morris with another great play. Wow, she makes that look easy. Sophie Morris showing off on the defensive side. You're watching Lady Cougar slow pitch softball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.
I would highly recommend McElroy and Owens for a couple of reasons. One, funerals are expensive, and I can tell you from 2 different types of services, they were exceptionally reasonable in their costs, and that's important. You don't want to think about it at the time and you're hurting, but you also don't want to put your family in a financial burden. So financially, they were a great option for us. And secondly, they are people that I trust. They showed us that they cared about us and they were here to help us all the way through.
For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today. Do you want an easy car buying experience? Castor Keys on Harrison. No hidden fees, no price gimmicks. Castor Key Auto Mart for a fair and convenient car buying experience.
We are back as Sarah Campbell steps in. Sarah boomed a home run. A 2-run shot in the first. She's back for more in the second. Three balls, no strikes to the junior. That's in there for a strike. Sarah waiting for her pitch. And that was it for a base hit. She'll stretch that to a double. Well done by Sarah, and that's going to bring up Haley Hacker, shortstop. Ball one. It's Bailey S. on the mound for Cleveland. Two balls, one strike. Good shot at the dugout. They're always having fun over there, creating chatter. Nothing like the playoffs, though. As Haley gets more of it over the fence. Haley Hacker bombs another one for the Lady Cougars as it skies over the center field fence. Another two come across. That's 8. No outs here in the second as the senior booms a home run.
Now batting for North Rock Creek, number 30, Molly Campbell.
And that's going to bring up Molly Campbell. So Hacker with a couple of RBIs. Molly with a double in the first. And that's deep left and goal to the wall. I thought that was going off the scoreboard. It had the height.
In the batter's box for North Rock Creek, number 21.
I don't know that the wind affected it too much. It didn't sound like she got all of it, but the ball has been flying out of here today. So Molly with her second double, and Rainey Bass steps in. And that's going to be popped into left center. They were deep to respect the power of the Lady Cougars. The overthrow, and Campbell's just going to wait where she is.
Number 19, Sophie.
So Rainey with her second two-bagger as well, by my book. And we're going to have a pinch runner come in. We're also going to have a break at the mound. So we'll take a break. You're watching Lady Cougar Softball on ShawneeCTV. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonic. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
We are back. And Sophie Morris stepping in. Sophie with an RBI single in the first. She's looking to get another one here. She's got, again, runners at second and third, and she's going to deliver. Sophie Morris playing a good game offensively and defensively. Campbell comes back across. That's Molly for her second run of the game. Second RBI on the single by Sophie Morris. Rainey Bass moves up to third, and that's going to bring up Olivia Van Antwerp. Van Antwerp with a sacrifice RBI in the first as she grounded to short. And looks like the same play. She's going to ground to short and beat out the double play by Plenty. Thus, another fielder's choice RBI for Olivia Van Antwerp. As scoring from third was Rainey Bass, and I believe that pinch runner was Ratcliffe, Jax Ratcliffe. 4 have come across. It is now 10-0 with 1 out here in the second for the North Rock Creek Lady Cougars. It's Lydia Van Antwerp catching today. She had a single in the first. That's going to be another one as it drops, and she's going to push it for a double. As she and her sister at second and third. 2 seniors.
Joyner. Emergency runner number 2, Jaden Clifton.
Blaney Joyner. And pinch runner Clifton on second. As Laney with a good shot to second. Runner comes across. That is Olivia Van Antwerp.
Number 15, Morgan.
And it brings up the top of the lineup as Laney with the sacrifice. And that's going to be third out of the inning for Morgan, and North Rock Creek up 11-0 at the end of 2. Thank you for watching ShawneeCTV, because all of us, Shawnee, we're building community one season at a time.
One of the things that I truly loved about McElroy and Owens was everybody wants to do a slideshow. You got to show all the pictures of your loved ones start to finish. Sadly, when my mom passed, the company that we used, after a certain threshold, you had to pay another fee to add more pictures. The one thing that McElroy and Owens realized is it doesn't matter the number of pictures. You get to show however many you want, and they tailored it just to what you felt like your person deserved.
I recently had questions about my family's health insurance, so I stopped by and spoke with the insurance guy at the mall. Jim Pierce was friendly, quick, and knowledgeable about my options. Jim answered my questions, and I purchased the best insurance plan I've had in years. I recommend you speak with Jim Pierce, the insurance guy at the mall, about any health insurance questions you or your family members may have.
Addie Irving at the plate for Cleveland. Rainey Bass throwing for North Rock Creek, and Addie has now taken officially more pitches than any other Cleveland batter as she's taken 3. There's the 4th one, just inside. Ball 3, 3-1, the count. Addie is the roamer out in the outfield, and Cleveland has their first base runner
Number 21.
on the walk.
Paige Schechter.
Rainey gets it in there. Flatten that one out a little bit. See if she does that again and says, just try to hit me. I'm not going to give up another walk. And that looks like what she had decided. Let's see if they can turn 2. Going to drop outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two and 2. And the count goes full. Page. Bass looking to turn 2. Gets the first. Campbell gets the second on the turn. No messing around there. As that is some good stuff from Haley Hacker, actually, as she rifled it to first with that arm. Made it look easy. Rainey just casually and confidently back to Hacker at second. She knew what was coming from that arm. 2 outs, no runners on. And that one's going to be up in the air. Antwerp is going to let it bounce, and it's going to stay fair. And a hit for Kylie, the right fielder. She gets a single. Nicely done. The girls just couldn't get there.
6, Sierra Ramirez.
One ball, no strikes. I believe it's Karen at the plate. That's going to be flied to Rainey Bass for the 3rd out of the inning. North Rock Creek coming up for their bottom half of the 3rd. They lead 11-0 in the middle of 3.
Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler.
A&S, Commercial Roofing and Contracting, supports North Rock Creek Athletics. Quality roofing built to last. A&S, Roofing and Contracting.
Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. Hardesty Market in Deli, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market and Deli.
And an early wind set to start things off here in the North Rock Creek bottom half of the 3rd inning. The Lady Cougars, so far so good, 11-0 against the Cleveland Tigers here on the campus of North Rock Creek. Of course, North Rock Creek, even early on in its days, a storied program already in softball, as back-to-back state slow pitch champions. And last year, the girls went 38-2. They didn't have the schedule quite that this one has had, but it's about to get serious as playoffs start later this week. North Rock Creek will be hosting a few games, of course, being the #1 ranked team in the state, deservedly so. Tecumseh down the road, ranked -- 2, Dale #1 in 4A. There is a lot of Bethel unbeaten at 17-0. And Early Wine with another home run. She started off with a double in the first, and man, she wanted that home run at the end of the first when she had the bases loaded. She just got a little bit underneath it. She didn't get underneath that one, as that is another North Rock Creek home run, and that's going to do it for us today as the North Rock Creek Lady Cougars defeat the Cleveland Tigers to remain atop the rankings of 5A. We hope for nothing but the best for the Lady Cougars as now they travel into playoff softball. And also, we remind you, please stay tuned on a new feed. You will have the senior ceremony for North Rock Creek Lady Cougars. Thank you for tuning in. You've watched Lady Cougar Softball on ShawneeCTV. Together, we're building community one season at a time.